All right, welcome to This Week in Jackson County Schools. I'm Pamela Stone, and today we're very excited. We have Stevenson Elementary. They have a lot of kids. I guess I didn't remember how many kids they have. They have about 340 kids, and that's pre-K through only 4th grade. That's a lot of kids. And next to us is their principal, Mr. Jamie Brooks. Welcome, Mr. Brooks.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
We're glad you're here today. Okay, so you've got a lot going on. I'm going to start with the probably the most exciting thing for kids is that you guys have a PTO Fall Festival coming up pretty soon.
Yes, November 13th around 5:30. We'll have a Fall Festival. Community gets involved, and of course the kids love it. They enjoy the games.
That's exciting.
And everything. So
that is exciting. Well, we'll talk about it a little bit more. But right now, let's talk about you. I mean, where's your background coming from? Your history of what you've been teaching? I mean, what have you been doing?
Okay. I grew up in Stevenson, lived there all my life, which I live in Wanville now, which is it's in between Hollywood and Stevenson.
Okay.
I was at Stevenson Middle School for 22 years. I was teacher there and head football coach.
Oh, what'd you teach?
I taught 6th grade history, 5th grade history some,
So history.
7th grade, 8th grade in history, yes.
So basically you're a history teacher.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yes. Yeah, you gotta love it.
Yeah, no, you don't.
But yeah, that's where I'm from. This is my 4th year as principal at the elementary school.
At this one?
Yes.
Okay.
I was also assistant principal at the middle school for several years.
When you taught history too?
Yes. I was half-day assistant principal there.
Okay.
And football coach.
Okay. Wow.
So,
not too busy, right?
Well, no, not too bad.
No, not too bad. Okay.
But yeah, and this is my 26th year in all in education.
Wow, it's a long time.
It is.
So, so do you still coach football?
No, 2015 was my last year to
Really?
coach football. No.
Do you miss
Hung
it?
up my whistle. Occasionally. I miss the games.
Yeah, it's just a
and
lot of time consumption
it
for
is, and
practice.
I miss the relationships with the players and other coaches.
Right.
But it was fun while it lasted. It was good.
Well, good. So how many years have you been principal total?
Uh,
Or in
the-
admin?
Admin, I started assistant principal in 2003 at the middle school,
Okay.
and then now this is my 4th year as principal at the elementary school.
So quite a while.
It has.
That has been quite a while.
Yes.
Okay, good. Do you miss teaching history?
Sometimes.
Do you?
Sometimes I miss the relationships with the students in class.
Yeah,
and
that's the hard thing.
Seeing the light bulb come on.
That's the hard thing. Sometimes I don't know if I'd want to give that up for admin.
Yeah.
I mean, helping with the kids. So.
But in administration, I get to have an impact in all areas. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's good. All right, so let's talk about something that's coming up. Well, no, let's talk about this. Let's talk about your after-school care program.
Okay.
So you guys have an after-school care program, and tell us what it does and how it works, and then you can tell the exciting news about it.
Okay. The students they get some academic assistance. They'll get some help with homework. They get so many minutes of PE time.
What's the hours for it?
From 3 o'clock till around 5:30.
Okay.
And they do art, of course, seasonal art. Right now we're in the season of Halloween.
Right.
So they'll have some art, some Halloween art, and
Okay.
with Thanksgiving coming up, and then of course Christmas coming up.
That's cool.
They have people come over and do music with them. The Discovery Museum in Chattanooga will come from time to time and do activities with the kids.
That's cool.
They have STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. They'll have some STEM lessons from time to time. There's a science teacher that comes over from the middle school that does some classes with them, does some science with them. They'll do some robotics from time to time, work with some robots. They have planted some vegetables outside in our outdoor classroom and in the greenhouse that we have there. And we also have a lady that from the community that will come over and do cooking lessons with the kids. So the kids enjoy that and teach proper table manners and etiquette and those types of
Table
things.
manners and etiquette, that's an important thing,
It
isn't
is.
it?
It is.
I think it's an important thing.
It is. So the community gets real involved. We try to involve the community as much as we can.
That's good. Do you have businesses that help out
We do.
from the community as well?
We do. We have some businesses from time to time that will come in and, of course, make donations and things like that.
Right. So any business out there, guys, you're more than welcome to call the school and offer your help. Not just physical help, but monetarily
Yes.
as well. That's important too. So, well, good. And the most important thing about the after-school program right now,
Now it's free.
it's free. Yes, free.
free.
$0. I'm just amazed.
Yes.
$0. That's
Yes.
great.
And that has just happened within the last week or so.
I mean,
so
here's the
it's something
best
brand
part
new.
of it is it gives the kids an opportunity to do fun things. Okay, I'm going to say funner. I know funner's not a word, but funner than sitting at home, sitting in front of a video game, or you know what I mean?
Yes.
It uses their brain a little bit more, and then they get some homework done too.
Yes.
I mean, it's a win-win situation,
It is.
right? So, and with Christmas shopping coming up, that's a great thing for parents to do during that time. All right, and then, so then let's go talk about your. You mentioned your outdoor classroom, your greenhouse. So, did you guys just create this, or has it been there for a while?
It's been there it was there before I became principal.
Okay.
So they do some activities with the kids, teach the kids how to grow certain vegetables and things like that. Even our custodian has gotten involved some with that.
Oh,
and then,
cool.
of course, after school, they've worked with it some
What have you
also.
been- what
And
have
a
you-
few of the teachers.
What have you
there.
grown?
They have grown, let's see.
Pumpkins.
I don't think they've grown a pumpkin. Let's see. I know that they've had some okra, some tomatoes, cucumbers, squash, those types of things. And I think there's actually been some fruit trees and things
trees?
as
Huh.
well. So,
Do you guys use them in cooking, or how do the kids eat them?
I think that they. I'm not sure if they have actually used them in cooking.
Okay.
They're with the lady that comes,
Right.
and does the cooking lessons. I'm
Right.
not sure about that, but I think from time to time, some of the kids can take some of them home and so
That's
on.
cool. Well, they might use them in the lunches. I don't know.
Yeah.
Might be a good thing to think about. Going to get the tomatoes. These are fresh grown from the greenhouse. All right. You guys also get, not only do you get the after school free now, but you get a free lunch
Yes.
and breakfast, right? Breakfast
Yes.
and lunch?
Yes.
Okay.
Lunch and breakfast is free for all of our students.
That's really
So
cool.
we're proud of that.
That is good. And I'm
helps
sure
out a lot.
I was going to say, it's got to help those kids out a lot.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
So we encourage them to take advantage
Do
of
they
that.
have to fill out any forms to get this, or to
No.
just free show up and it's free?
It's just every student that's part of our school gets it free.
Are there any that bring their own lunch?
There's
still? A
Yeah, there's
few?
still some. Yeah,
few.
there's still some. Of course, when you're younger, you didn't like every single thing.
Oh,
you
yeah,
had
and the
your
textures.
favorite things that you liked.
And the colors, and yeah. I remember those days when my kids were little. Yeah,
So some of them are still a little finicky.
yeah, that's true. Well, and they're only in 4th grade, so that makes a big deal,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
When they get a little older, it'll get a little easier, probably.
That's right.
So, all right. But that's really good about the lunch. I think it's great for the kids because then they don't
Yes.
have to worry about. I mean, obviously not all
Absolutely.
kids, but the ones that do don't have to worry about.
Yes, great for the parents too.
Yeah, for
Helps
me that would be great. I
Helps their
would
pocketbook.
help mine, and then I wouldn't have to worry about getting up extra early to make a lunch
Yes.
or getting the kids to go get their own lunch.
Absolutely.
So that makes it a lot easier. Okay, you guys have a gifted program.
We do.
Okay, and your school houses the gifted program for how many schools?
There's 3 that is part of our gifted program there. Of course, our 3rd and 4th grade students that qualify,
Okay.
they're part of it. And then we have 5th and 6th grade students that come from Stevenson Middle School, and then there's students that come from Hollywood Elementary School. And so there's a bus that runs that picks up the students there at Hollywood and there at Stevenson Middle, and then they come over to our school on every Monday after
Okay.
lunch. So it's from after lunch, from about 11:50 to around 225, something like that.
And Hollywood, what ages does Hollywood send? Do you know?
I know probably. I'm thinking probably third through sixth.
Third through sixth. Okay. All right. How many kids total are in there? Do you know?
I think there's about, let's see,
you guys have
close to 20.
How many do you
have? Close to 20. We have 6
from your school.
From my school. Yes.
Okay. So and then 20 total. That's not bad. And you guys, when I was talking to you before the show, you were telling me that they actually pull them out on a Monday.
Yes.
And all the kids, or the other ones are bused into your school.
Yes.
Right. And then you're teaching them criminology.
Yes, that's something that
that's
the gifted teacher is.
I was gonna say, that's not what I expected out of an elementary school program, but pretty cool.
And the kids love it.
Oh yeah, and the movies have just
their
like
teaching,
TV shows.
Yeah, they're excited about it. Yes.
I mean the CSIs and stuff. The kids are just like, that is something that everybody thinks is cool nowadays.
I think some things that they've been going over is fingerprinting, DNA. Police detectives, those types of things. Crime scene vocabulary, those are some things I think that they're working on right now.
I had one of my students the other day bring me a piece of tape and said, Miss Stone, look, if you put this on your finger, now I have your fingerprint and I can use it to get into your secret hideaway if it just has a fingerprint thing. I was like, oh, good job,
That's
buddy.
cool.
That is cool, right? That was pretty interesting. They thought it was pretty good. So they do that on Monday. So, is there any, do you already have your gifted students? I mean, if they need to, somebody has a question about being gifted?
They do what's called a gifted search when they're in second grade.
Okay.
The gifted teacher comes and they will do some testing with them, some computer testing and things like that. Okay. And if they qualify, then of course that next year they'll be in the gifted program.
Okay. And if they find out later? They can always do it later as well? So. Okay, awesome. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to bring on, it's Miss Trina Hunniger.
Yes.
We're going to talk to her for a little bit, and then we have one more teacher, and then we're going to bring you back at the end, and we're going to finish talking about your fall festival and all the other good things you got going on.
Sounds good.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Come enjoy pizza for lunch or dinner in a family-friendly atmosphere at Stevie B's Pizza in Fort Payne. Enjoy the buffet and salad bar anytime, or have a specialty pizza made to order. At Stevie B's, take advantage of Two-Stamp Tuesday for adult and senior buffets, and Thirsty Thursdays when drinks are free after 4 p.m. Take out any medium pizza weekdays between 2 and 5 for just $4.49. And on the weekends, take out any 2 large pizzas, just $14.99. Book your parties now by calling Stevie B's at 256-979-1234. Stevie B's Pizza, 2200 Galt Avenue North, Fort Payne.
Trust and commitment go hand in hand at Whitwell Pharmacy. Pharmacists Ann Campbell and Steve Ireland, along with their experienced staff, work hard every day to deliver the prescription needs of the Whitwell area. Whitwell Pharmacy is open 6 days a week for your convenience. Whitwell Pharmacy, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and Saturday from 9 until noon. Call 658-6939. Proudly serving the Valley from Whitwell Pharmacy.
At First Southern State Bank, putting you first is our priority. First with convenience, with branches in 6 great communities: Fort Payne, Rainsville, Scottsboro, Higdon, and our Stevenson office, now recently enlarged and remodeled. First with our friendly, experienced staff, always helpful and ready to serve. And first with our mobile on-the-go banking. Our mobile app is fantastic, user-friendly, secure, and free. So whether it's online or in person, you are our first priority at First Southern State Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Paul Feinbaum, you tell it like it is.
This is the SEC. SEC.
Well, they all just play one more line, but whoever wins, the other team just have to get out. Don't even play football in the SEC no more.
You realize Alabama lost to Auburn last year, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I laid in bed 2 days.
The Paul Feinbaum Show, weekday afternoons 3 to 7 on News Radio 1420 and 106.1 FM KWN, and Chattanooga's News Talk 97.7 KWN. Delivering top-quality primary health care locally. We are Northeast Alabama Health Services. With 7 locations, there's one near you. Scottsboro, Section, North Sand Mountain and Higdon, Skyline, Woodville, Fife, and Fort Payne. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, and of course your private insurance. If you're unemployed, low income, or have a high copay or deductible, you may also qualify for a reduced rate office visit as low as $16. Ask about our free medication program, and ladies, you may qualify for a free or reduced rate mammogram. Dental referrals for our patients with tooth removal and filler fillings for only $15. Putting your health concerns first, we're Northeast Alabama Health Services. Cervical cancer screenings now available at Northeast Alabama Health Services.
Looking for a great way to change your look? You'll find the friendly professionals at A Classy Cut Salon ready to care for you. A Classy Cut Salon is in the Grove Shopping Center next to the Dollar General. We serve men and women of all ages at A Classy Cut Salon. Call 657-5607. That's 657-5607 for an appointment, or just walk right in for your next classy cut from A Classy Cut Salon in the Grove Shopping Center, Highway 11 North in Trenton.
Can you gig it? Oh, yes, you can. We know you've been waiting for a long time, and now Tennessee Valley Net is bringing it to you. Gigabit internet service now available in certain areas of Dade County. Not just fast, super fast internet service now available from Tennessee Valley Net. People are talking, I mean really smiling about gig speed internet available in limited areas from Tennessee Valley Net. Call today at 706-657-4367 or log on at tvn.net and see if gig speed is available where you are. We know you'll gig it from Tennessee Valley Net.
All right, welcome back to This Week in Jackson County Schools. I'm Pamela Stone, and if you're just now joining us, we are here with Stevenson Elementary. We just got done speaking to the principal, Mr. Brooks, and they have 340 kids. That is a lot of students for it, especially Jackson County is kind of, it's not small in space, but each school's like smaller.
Right.
But 340 kids, I bet you guys are one of the biggest, or are you the biggest, do you know?
I believe we're still the biggest elementary school in the county.
Yeah, and there's only like, what, 2 standalone elementary schools total?
Yes, 2, Bridgeport Elementary and Stevenson.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. And you guys do pre-K through 4th grade. So I apologize not to introduce you first, but thank you. This is Trina Henniger. She is technically she's known as the librarian, but she does a lot of other hats. A lot of hats underneath you. You're the Dynamic Learning Project Coordinator, I think you said?
The Dynamic Learning Project, Digital Learning Coach.
Digital Learning Coach, okay. And then you also are the Tech Coach.
I am.
Okay. And then you deal with the Accelerated Reader.
I do that.
Put that hat on too. Did I miss any? Oh, and then are you on part of the Continuous Improvement Plan?
I am. I'm the chairperson for that. That is our continuous improvement plan for our school. We also have one for the county.
Wow.
The continuous improvement plan looks for our strengths and weaknesses, and we try to build goals based on our data, our student data, and just the needs that we have and things we hear about from our stakeholders, which would be students, teachers, and parents, what they think we need and or need to improve upon, and we try to base our goals on that to try to improve.
Do you bring in community, like businesses, as part of your stakeholders too?
We have community and parents, as well as teachers and just several members of the staff.
Yeah, I think that's new to some people, just in general, but that seems to be the new path that schools are going to, is we really look at what you're calling as a stakeholder,
right,
which are people who, are the ones that in the end, this is what they're going to get. And if we don't give them the student who's well-rounded, who knows what they're supposed to know by 4th grade, then they go to middle school and, they're already behind and may not get. Yes. And in the end, we're looking at 12th graders who need to be able to go in the workforce. And if they're not ready, then those stakeholders, meaning the businesses out there, parents, the kids themselves, are not ready.
You're right.
So it's such an important thing, I think, today.
Well, we're trying to raise the children that are going to lead our communities, so
that's what
they need several skills of all kinds. So
they do.
Our CIP touches on a lot of different aspects.
So you want to talk about some? What's the biggest?
The biggest, one of our goals is usually has to do with. This also goes for our tech plan as well, which goes along with our CIP. And we usually just try to engage and build our technology. That's one of our goals usually in CIP or our tech plan.
Okay.
So that's a big thing. You know, everything's going to technology. Everything's
It is.
so.
It is. I think it went there a long time ago,
It
and some
did.
of us were still left behind. What do you think?
I think so.
I think so too. So sometimes the kids know more than the adults know.
That's right.
All right. But so let's talk about the continuous improvement plan. Do you guys meet?
We meet monthly.
Okay.
Normally at our faculty meetings, and we meet. We have a leadership team.
Okay.
That's part of the CIP.
Okay.
And we meet and just discuss, usually a part of the CIP each month.
Okay.
It's broken down into sections.
Sections. What it is? Okay. Awesome. All right. And then so let's talk about you guys have this. It's called Digital Learning Plan.
DLP is Dynamic Learning Project.
Dynamic Learning Project. Okay. And what does that do?
Okay,
That's new, right?
It's new this year.
Okay.
5 schools from Jackson County partnered with Google, and the librarians took on an additional role. We assist the teachers in their classroom and try to just enhance their technology use and help the students as well.
So how do you do that? I mean, like you, since you're the librarian, you're the one who's doing this. How do you do that?
I can go in, I can co-teach with the teacher. I can work with the students only. I do some modeling, and I work with them to help them learn new programs, new apps, just anything technology. And it doesn't have to be technology. It can be other areas of need.
Okay. And did you have to go to training for this, or what did you do?
The 5 librarians and the principal from each school we all went to California this summer to Google.
So how was that?
It was interesting. I love it. I love the program. I think it's great. I love getting to go in and work with students and the teachers. It's the first time I'd been on an airplane. So
Really?
that was fun.
Wow.
And,
how was Google itself?
Google was great. It's like a little world. It's like their own world. They're in their own world. It's very neat. They do things that a lot of people in the work environment are not used to. Nap pods and different things like that. It's interesting.
What's a nap pod where you can go take a nap?
They can go take a nap.
You know, Ben & Jerry's, when I was in college, I was doing my last year, and I did a fringe benefit paper. And Ben & Jerry's, one of their extra fringe benefits, is nap rooms. And you could actually go in, and it's just like a bed, and you can wipe it down, and 15 minutes, and they've proven how much more effective you are if you
Yes.
get a nap during the day. 15 minutes. If it's more, something like if it's more than 15 or 20 minutes, then it undoes what you're trying to
Right.
do. But yeah, I didn't know Google did nap pods too.
Nap pods, many different.
Do they let you ride
ways.
bicycles? I think somebody told me you
Yes.
get to ride bicycles in the middle of it from one place to another.
They ride bicycles. They can take breaks whenever they and go out and play volleyball. We saw some volleyball games going on. It's just a different way of looking at work, and it works for them.
Keeping your employees happy.
Yes.
So, well, good. All right. And so, what are some of the things you're focusing on for your school for this? I mean, is it depend, or is there one thing that your main goal is that you want out of this school year?
No, for the DLP,
Yeah.
each teacher, I work with them, and they discuss a challenge in their classroom.
With you?
And they're on a cycle. We have 4 cycles, and each teacher is on a 9-week cycle.
Okay.
And I just work with them during that time, and we try to find ways to meet that challenge. And it helps the teacher and the students.
What are some of the challenges? Can you share?
One of the challenges that I get a lot is just general technology skills. We have most of our teachers, well, all of our teachers have a Promethean board, and they know how to use Active Inspire and work through their math program and other programs using
Okay.
them. But some of them just want to get into more different types of technology. So that's an issue
Is
sometimes.
it?
So
Okay. All right. And you guys have, you're trying to swap out your desktops for laptops, you said.
yes, the county has been great to provide us with laptops. We have had desktops for many, many years, and they're trying to swap those out. And eventually, they hope to go to Chromebooks.
That would be nice for the kids.
Yes.
That would be nice. Well, good. And just recently, you had a book fair?
I did.
And now, just so everybody knows, that money goes as a fundraiser for the library.
Yes.
Okay.
We use that money to fund AR, our Accelerated Reader program for our students, and we also purchase books and equipment, programs, different things. We had the best book fair that we've ever had this fall. Made the most money. I'm proud of that. And
That's nice.
we'll have another one in January.
Very nice. And you're going to buy books and stuff for the Accelerated Reader room?
Yes.
Do you love picking out the books?
I do. I love it. It's
Yeah.
like Christmas when you get a box.
I'm sure. I'm sure it is. That's awesome. And do you teach like the stuff on the Promethean boards? And I mean, do you do a lot of that stuff too?
I do. Most of our teachers have been trained to use the Promethean board by now. Some of our new teachers, I work with them to, show them how to do that.
Right.
They use it with their math, and the teacher works on the board, and the students also, they know how to go up and use the board to work the problems. It's great. It's a great tool.
That is good. Okay. And you have a number here next to your library. It's 13,000. What's that number for?
We have around 13,000 books, and we have some that I'm working on processing.
Really?
So we'll have more than that. We're proud of our library. Have a great selection.
That is good, especially when it's just pre-K through 4.
Yes, and we have the largest population of English language
You do?
learners. So, and we try to provide bilingual books for them as well.
That's good. Are any staff members bilingual?
Yes, we have an aide, Maria O'Hagan. She's bilingual, and another young lady that's just joined us, her name's Rachel, and they work with our students.
That's cool. All right, just tell us a little bit about your background. Where did you come from? Like, how long you been, in education?
I've been an aide, and I taught kindergarten, and I've been the librarian for many, many years, and I think this will be my 19th year, I think, or 20th, and went to school in Jackson County, graduated at Pisgah, and just been at Stevenson for a long time. Devoted my career, or most of my career, to Stevenson.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and you've been the librarian the whole time, most of it?
Most of that, I think 14 years, 15, something like that.
Well, good. Well, we're glad you came today. Anything I missed that we want to talk about?
We are excited. This year we have a new program that we're using. It's like Accelerated Reader, where the students read and take tests to earn points for prizes or trips.
Okay.
We're now using Accelerated Math,
Oh, okay.
and that really is supposed to help build our math skills, and the students practice, and then they take tests.
Do they like it better? Have you noticed? Do the kids like it better?
We've just started it.
Okay.
And but I think that it's going to work out great.
Because
The
for a lot of
teachers
kids,
love it.
math is just that's what they instantly say. Oh, math.
And it helps our students that struggle, because they can go back and work on skills that they need. But it also helps our gifted students. They can move on to higher skills. It helps them as well.
That's cool. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And when we come back, we're going to be talking to one more teacher. We'll be right back.
Brown's Tire Pros knows that when you need tires or automotive service, you don't need a hassle. Brown's Tire Pros has been family owned and operated since 1994, and you'll always get friendly customer service and never be sold anything you don't need. We sell major brands of tires like Michelin and BF Goodrich. In fact, Michelin offers safe, fuel-efficient, long-lasting tires that'll keep you going for miles to come. Visit us at Brown's Tire Pros in Trenton today or online at brownstirepros.com.
When I first came down to RE/MAX Property Center, the thing that stuck out to me was the fact that it's like a family atmosphere here. Everybody enjoys working with each other, and all of our clients that come to the door, we treat them like family. We've got agents that's been in the business since the 80s, so that's one thing that sets us apart is the fact that the experience that we have within our company. We have so much to offer. So we invite you to call, text, or send a carrier pigeon if you have to have our team work for you.
Team RE/MAX, we're on your side.
Gigabit Internet residential service is now available to customers of the North Alabama Electric Co-op with NAEC Fiber in Jackson and Marshall County. Residential gig service is now available for only $79.95. Call today to have your gig service installed at 256-437-5000. High-speed fiber residential gig internet service now available to customers of the North Alabama Electric Co-op with NAEC Fiber. Business and commercial customers can get gig service too. Call for pricing 256-437-5000. Gig service from North Alabama Electric Co-op. 256-437-5000.
Sequatchie Valley Electric Cooperative is your energy partner. With a mission of providing safe, reliable, affordable electricity, SVEC offers programs and services that help you save money and energy, all while making your home more comfortable. Call us in South Pittsburgh, Dunlap, Pikeville, or Tracy City and find out about easy, affordable heat pump financing and available rebates. Keep up to date on SVEC programs and news and monitor your account by visiting svalleyec.com or download the mobile app for your smartphone from Sequatchie Valley Electric Cooperative.
Methamphetamine affects everyone, your neighbors, your friends, and even your family.
Know the signs.
Physical symptoms include you may have extreme difficulty sleeping and even insomnia, and you may lose your appetite.
Know the signs. Please know the signs.
You can seem nervous and anxious and even have paranoia.
Know the signs.
Overheat easily and sweat without even being hot.
Know the signs.
Dilated pupils and even hair loss.
Know the signs.
Hallucinations and delusions. And you can also have tachycardia, which is a rapid heart rate.
Know the signs.
You may have liver damage and loss of skin elasticity.
Know the signs.
You may notice unexplained financial instability and social isolation.
Know the signs.
You may have a false sense of euphoria, coupled with strong depression and even risky behavior, legal trouble, memory loss, and repeated incarceration.
Please know the signs. Unfortunately, we do.
Looking around your home thinking it may be time for a new look? Let Comfort Gallery in Kimball help you make perfect choices for every room in your home. Living room, bedroom, dining room suites from all the major furniture manufacturers. If we don't have what you need in the store, browse our full color interactive kiosk to find exactly what you need. And don't forget a new mattress set. After all, sleeping well makes everything better. At Comfort Gallery, we offer free delivery and setup, 1 year free layaway, and 6 and 12 months, same as cash. Comfort Gallery, 780 Main Street, 1 mile north of I-24, exit 152A in Kimball, Tennessee.
All right, welcome back to This Week in Jackson County Schools. If you're just now joining us, we are here with Stevenson Elementary School. They are a pre-K through 4th grade school. They have about 340 students. We spoke to Mr. Jamie Brooks, who is the principal, and then Miss Trina Henniger, and she is the librarian. She's got like 5 hats, the DLP coach, a couple other things. Basically, mostly technology is what she's involved in. And next to me, I have Christy Moore. Welcome, Christy Moore.
Nice to have. Glad to be here.
Yeah, me too. All right, and you are predominantly a pre-K teacher.
Yes, ma'am.
That's pretty exciting.
I've been a pre-K teacher now this is my 5th year, I believe.
5th year?
Mm-hmm.
Well, good. All right, so tell us about your background. Where'd you go to school? What did you...
I actually was raised in Stevenson, so Stevenson Elementary was my homeschool.
Oh, that's cool.
So I was lucky enough to land my dream job. This is where I've always wanted to teach.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
How old were you when you knew you wanted to teach?
Well, probably in high school.
Okay.
And then as I went through college, I went, never could make my mind up for sure.
Right.
But then I really just set it down probably in my early 20s.
Okay.
And then that's where I wanted to be, and that's what I've done ever since. So.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And is it, when you do you have I don't know about elementary. Do you just do elementary education?
I was
Or-
dual enrolled at Alabama A&M in Huntsville.
Okay.
And I am certified as early and elementary. So I'm certified from PK through 6th grade.
Through 6th grade.
And I also have a master's in elementary math.
Oh, wow. Math.
Yeah.
You like math?
I like math. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. I like math too.
Yeah. As long as I don't get above elementary, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah. High school, I'm not so sure
So
about.
no
but-
calculus?
No, I can do it, but I like the little ones better. So.
Yeah. Did you have to do it in college since you were only going to teach elementary?
No, when I did my master's,
Okay.
I had to go on up there. Yeah.
You did? Ooh, I don't know that I'd ever want to do that, but. All right. Well, cool. All right. So let's talk about a typical day in your classroom, just real quick.
Well, we start our day. The doors open at 7:10.
Now, are these just 4 years old, or what's the age limit for
They
your class?
have to be 4 by September 1st
To get into your
to get in the
class.
school year. Yes, and they'll
Okay.
turn 5 before they go to kindergarten.
Okay.
But
all
if they're eligible for kindergarten, they can't come to pre-K.
right. Okay, and you don't take any 3-year-olds?
No.
Only 4-year-olds?
No, only 4.
And do they have to be potty trained?
Yes.
So if there's any issues with that, you can't take them unless they're...
No, as long as they're, you still have those kids every now and then that that have to have help unbuttoning and things like that. Yeah, that's fine. But as long as they know to say, hey, I have to go to the potty. Yeah.
Okay.
Go to the restroom.
Awesome. Okay, so they have to be 4. So go ahead with the rest of your typical day.
Okay, and we come in the morning and we usually sign in the morning. We have our children practice writing their names in the morning, unpacking their backpack, because one of the things we really stress is independence. We want our kids to go to kindergarten and be able to unpack and be able to do things for themselves. Because 4 years old, they're little, so they still have mommy and daddy doing a lot of things for them.
Right.
So that's one of the things we stress on. So they unpack their backpack. We do our morning song where we, hug each other and tell each other good morning, and then we go to breakfast. We have breakfast every morning. And then we have 3 to 4 whole group activities a day. And then we have an hour and 10 minutes uninterrupted free choice center time. That's where our children get to go to the different centers in the classroom, such as the library, the art, the dramatic play, the blocks.
What time is this at?
Ours is right after breakfast. We come in and do our morning
Okay.
meeting and talk about what's going on throughout the day and talk about our calendar. And then they go to their...
I like how you call it a morning meeting, because that's truly what real business does, is, a gathering, morning meeting, get together. That's really cool.
Yeah, well, we talk about what's going on in the day. Like today we had some gentleman from the sheriff's department with a dog, the drug dog. So when we got to school this morning, after we come back from breakfast, we talked about how we're going to, after we get done with breakfast, we'll go to center time. We reiterate our schedule for the day, because that's one of the things kids at this age lack is the time set and how to remember what comes out throughout the day, and routines.
Right.
And routines develop security for kids.
Right.
So we talked about the drug dog coming in, and then this is the day of the week, and things like that. So
Well, I would assume it helps them just understand that in life, schedules are an essential part of it. And you have to do this, but you have to talk about it in order to know what you're going to do. Just not show up and, it's not
and
gonna
it's
work.
easier. We come in from gross motor from our playground time at 12 o'clock, and so we usually do this, and this, and then with the drug dog coming, it put a little it shifted our schedule.
Right.
And this way, with this age group, it helps them be prepared for that and know it's coming.
Right.
Versus going, where are we going now? I thought we were doing this.
Right.
It makes it easier. The transition's a whole lot easier.
Right, that is good. Okay, and then what do you do after, like lunch?
After
Do
lunch,
you guys have nap time?
Yes, we have an hour nap time every day.
Oh, can I have a nap time?
I wish I could. Yep, they have an hour nap time every day. They don't have to go to sleep, because you have some that don't nap at home.
Right.
But as long as they're quiet and they let their little friends sleep, we have nap time. We have an hour of gross motor, which is out on the playground, as long as it's pretty. If not, we'll go to the gym and do exercises and things like that.
Okay. And then that's how you end your day?
Yeah, we pack up and we have nap. We have snack.
So do you make them learn how to write?
We don't do hand over hand.
Okay.
We model, and we say, this is how I write your name. Let's see if you can do that. And then, and they just keep practicing. And eventually they learn how to do the 3-point hold when they're holding their pencil and things like that. Because you don't want them to start a bad habit.
No.
But you want them to develop those skills when they're developmentally ready.
That's true.
So
and that goes into the next thing, which is like your curriculum. So you have some pretty strict guidelines, you said there, but they're guidelines. They're not like 1, 2, 3 you have to do. Yeah. Here's what you have to cover, but you're kind of left up to you how you get that covered.
Yeah. We have standards that are Alabama aligned with the Alabama standards.
Okay.
They want us to make sure we have a certain amount of centers in the classroom. They're really strict about making sure we have an hour and 10 of this, of gross motor, or an hour and 10 of free choice time and things like that. But as long as we cover those social skills, those cognitive skills, the mathematical skills, and things like that, as long as we get from point A to point B and we're within those guidelines, they're fine with that.
So how do you cover math in pre-K?
Well, if say we're in small groups, we do small groups.
Okay.
This week has been pumpkins. So we have used pumpkin seeds. And I give this one a handful of pumpkin seeds, this one a handful of pumpkin seeds. All right, guys, how many pumpkin seeds do you have? And they'll count out the pumpkin seeds.
Okay.
And things like that.
So do they work in a group?
We have small groups once a day, which is a group of 6. And we rotate this between my auxiliary teacher.
Okay.
And they when they're in centers, we have about 6 children in each center.
How many can you have total?
18 children.
18?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not too bad.
No, it's not
so
too
that's
bad.
4 rotations.
Mm-hmm.
That's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad. And then our small groups only last about 10 minutes, especially before Christmas.
Wow.
So it's a little quick small group
Why
activity.
before Christmas?
Well, they're younger. So after Christmas, they've matured a lot, and several of them have turned 5, so I might be able to do a small group activity for 20 minutes. It just depends on what they're developmentally ready for. Last year's group, I had a lot of older ones. So in October, we were able to do a 15 to 20-minute small group activity. This year, I have only 2 5-year-olds.
Do you put them in groups by their abilities?
Not at first. I just figure out how they work and what works for them. But if I have, by September, if I have several that are really high and some of them I know are struggling, I'll mix it up a little bit because I have a couple of helpers that like to help the ones that struggle,
Kid helpers?
Mm-hmm.
Or,
kid help. Because we work on fine motor and things like that. That's a lot of we use a lot of tweezers. And we use a lot of
pick up?
beans and seeds and rice. That way they can strengthen those fine motor skills. We use a lot of Play-Doh, which also strengthens those fine motor skills. And so, because a lot of children come in, they can't hold a pencil, so.
No, and that's something we just assume it just happens. But I guess it doesn't really just happen. Yeah. Somebody has to show them how to use it.
Yeah, so that's what we do.
So,
we're the foundation. We're probably the bricks of their education.
Well, and the thing is, if they like going to pre-K, that's their first, I guess,
impression of school.
Right. And so if they like pre-K and then they can go to kindergarten, it won't be so scary and they'll like it.
And pre-K develops those social skills. It develops those problem-solving skills that are really beneficial when they get to kindergarten.
Right. Well, and problem-solving, I mean, the things that kids don't even think about, but just being able to voice their words, because so often at that age, sometimes it's still squealing or screaming.
They're upset,
or frustrated.
angry. And,
right. And they don't know how to communicate. So that's good because you can teach them how to communicate in a controlled setting.
Oh, yeah, and that's where conscious discipline comes in.
Okay, so let's talk about conscious
discipline is a classroom management tool. Like if I have a little child that's upset and stomping its feet and crying, okay, I see you're upset. So what makes you upset? Can you tell me what happened and how can we fix this problem? And it teaches them self-regulation. Instead of throwing a tantrum, stomping, or pushing, or pulling hair, they're able to go, oh, all right, that made me mad, and this is why it made me mad, so let's work it out this way.
Okay.
Instead of punching my friend. So in there, you develop those social skills and your problem-solving skills, and, it teaches self-regulation. A lot of adults can use that skill. I count myself sometimes, so.
I would say that, there's definitely several that could use that too. And you guys do a 9-to-1 ratio? Mm-hmm. So 9
children to 1 teacher. I'm the lead teacher and I have an auxiliary teacher.
Okay, so 1 auxiliary teacher. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's pretty cool. So that's a nice little.
Yeah, and sometimes we need a couple extra hands too, but.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but it's a fun age group.
Yeah. So, and then, do we talk about OSR?
OSR is the Office of School Readiness in Montgomery, Alabama.
Okay.
They are where our grant comes from.
Okay.
For pre-K.
To pre-K. Okay, so talking about grants, so since your pre-K comes from a grant, what are your requirements? They're very strict because you're it comes from a grant?
I have to have a room that is a certain square footage per child. The
Okay.
playground has to be a certain square footage per child. I have to do professional development hours. I have to have 20 a year. And my auxiliary has to have 10 a year.
Wow.
We go to certain trainings a year. I have to make sure my children, we don't use corporal punishment in the classroom. We do not use time out. We use tools like conscious discipline. They have to eat breakfast. Those are some other guidelines we have to have. They eat breakfast, they eat lunch. They have
And
to be
it's
potty
free
trained.
since the whole school's
It's
free.
free.
Right.
It's free. We don't charge anything like that. And we're based pretty much on the same hours as school. If you have siblings, you get dropped off at the same time.
Are you full day?
Mm-hmm.
So they go to school whole day?
Yeah, all day long.
Okay. And then, but they have to be from the state of Alabama.
Yes, we're really close to Stevenson. Is right there with the Tennessee border.
Right.
And I have some children from Sherwood, Tennessee that come to Stevenson Elementary, but they can't come to pre-K because they have a Tennessee address. Even though they ride a bus that comes out there to bring them to Stevenson Elementary, they still have to have an Alabama address. So they're really strict on those Alabama. They have to have proof of residency, things like that, so I can verify they live in the state of Alabama.
Okay. If they have any questions, do they just call you?
Mm-hmm. Call me or Mr. Mark Guffey at the central office.
Okay. About those requirements. Well, good. So what's your favorite thing that you guys are getting ready to do coming up?
Probably, we do a lot of science. At least once a week, we do some kind of science experiment.
Okay.
And this week we've been doing pumpkins. We've been talking about the parts of the pumpkin, the stem, how the gooey stuff on the inside is the brain. So come Friday, we are going to cut our pumpkin in half. And there's a lot of children that their parents paint their pumpkins, which is fine because it can be messy.
Right.
So when those children get to dig in and feel that brain and feel those seeds and feel the pulp and feel the different parts of that pumpkin, they get really, really excited. And I really enjoy watching my children learn hands-on like that.
And some of them are going to go, ew.
Yeah, as long as they don't try to eat it,
Especially
we're probably okay.
There's some that are touchy-feely and don't like that stuff. But, the truth is, that's what really is there.
And that's another way that they're developing skills is through sensory.
Right.
So.
Well, it sounds exciting. Are you excited for Christmas? I bet it's fun for Christmas with them.
Yes, we do all kinds of things through Christmas too.
I used to be a pre-K teacher. It was so much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy. This is
it was so much fun.
I really enjoy pre-K.
Yeah, I do too. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
All right, thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.
Hello, this is Sheriff Ronnie Bo Burnett from Marion County Sheriff's Department. If you have a drug problem, please seek help. Our hospitals and jails are overcrowded now due to the drug problem in our society. There's people out there that can help. So again, I would encourage you, if you have a drug problem, please seek help. There's many organizations that can help you. Thank you. Have a good day.
The Marion County Sheriff's Department and Sheriff Bo Barnett work hard every day to relieve the Valley and Marion County of drugs. You do your part. If you or someone in your family is struggling with drug addiction, get help today. A message from the Marion County Sheriff's Department. Stevenson Utilities, serving our customers with water, sewer, and natural gas services. Find out today if all of our services are available in your area. Contact us anytime at stevensonutilities.net or call 437-0277 or see us on Highway 72 at Stevenson Utilities. Stevenson Utilities. And don't forget, you can pay online at stevensonutilities.net.
It's back for a limited time. Guthrie's Buy 4, Get 1 More deal. Come on into Guthrie's in Trenton and Ringgold to get your punch card and start saving. It's really easy. Buy 4 meals at the regular price and get the 5th meal free. It's the Buy 4, Get 1 More deal now at Guthrie's. And be sure to get by Guthrie's for your after-school snack box, now available. Guthrie's, home of the golden fried chicken finger and the best chicken finger sauce in the world. Highway 136 West in Trenton and off Alabama Highway near Food Line in Ringgold.
Guthrie's, no fast food, good food fast.
Innovation and quality. Two things you don't normally hear about in a recruitment ad, but you'll hear a lot about innovation and quality when you join the team at Vanguard National Trailer. Vanguard is an industry leader in the production of dry van trailers and composite plate trailers.
And right now, Vanguard National Trailer is hiring energetic and hardworking team members to be assemblers and welders, as well as industrial maintenance for first shift openings.
And you'll work a full 40-hour week in 4 days, which means 3-day weekends, and overtime is available. Working at Vanguard National National Trailer has other great benefits too, like paid holidays, paid vacation, medical, dental, vision, and life insurance, plus a 401k plan.
Full-time work, 3-day weekends, available overtime, and great benefits. That's Vanguard National Trailer.
Fill out your application today. Vanguard National Trailer is an equal opportunity employer.
Apply in person today. Starting pay $10 to $14 an hour, depending on position. Vanguard National Trailer Corporation, Highway 11 North, turn beside the Primary Healthcare Center on Vanguard Drive. The Raceway in Whitwell is always on your way, taking convenience to a new level, 4 a.m. until midnight, 7 days a week. Go by for gas on the go and meet your friends for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The Raceway has been voted the best place for biscuits and chicken in the valley. You'll also find subs, pizza, buffalo wings, and more. The Raceway, Highway 28 in Whitwell. It's on your way.
Come see us at Raceway.
At Citizens Tri-County Bank of Whitwell, we supply every financial need from small loans to your dream home. 24-hour banking is available through Citizens Tri-County Bank of Whitwell. Come into our location at 14087 Highway 28 in Whitwell. Experience fast, friendly, and courteous service every time you walk through the door. Open 8 to 4 Monday through Thursday until 5 on Friday and open 8 to noon on Saturday. 658-5880 for Citizens Tri-County Bank of Whitwell, the only community bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, welcome back to This Week in Jackson County Schools. I'm Pamela Stone, and if you're just now joining us, we have been talking to Stevenson Elementary today. They are a pre-K through 4th grade. They're one of the only 3 standalone elementary, or two?
Two. Just us in Bridgeport Elementary.
Okay. Because Hollywood goes to your middle school, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's where I get confused. But 2 standalone elementary schools, and you guys have 340 kids. That's a lot.
It is.
That's quite
a lot of kids and a lot
in comparison
of parents,
to the rest of your.
Which we also have a
schools.
big staff too.
Yeah, how many staff members do you have?
Counting everyone, meaning lunchroom workers, bus drivers, custodians, aides, teachers, everyone, close to around 40.
That's quite a bit.
It is.
That's a bit. So, all right. And if you're just now joining us, this is Mr. Jamie Brooks. He is the principal of Stevenson Elementary. So we're glad you guys came on the show today.
We've enjoyed it.
It's been good.
I forgot to mention earlier, I also went to Stevenson Elementary School when I was a child.
So that's your home
same school.
school.
Yes.
Yeah. I've never got to do that, but I often think that would be pretty cool to go back to your home school.
It is. It was an honor. It was an honor to be able to go back.
I would think it would be. So, all right. So we got a couple things we're going to talk about. Let's talk about that. You got 2 computer labs, and you're one of the only schools in the district that has a computer teacher that actually stays there and teaches the computer.
Yes. We have 2 computer labs. There's like 28 computers in one of them and 27 in the other.
Okay.
And one of the computer labs, of course, has the computer teacher where that classes come to him every day, twice a week. And then the other lab is used for teachers to take their classes to if there's certain assignments and things that they need to work on in the computer lab.
Okay, and we were talking about earlier, what are some things that he teaches in his computer class?
Some of the basic computer skills to start with, copy and paste, Word document, some typing skills, those types of things.
Great.
So all of those things that really help the kids, it exposes them to technology. And then of course, when they get to middle school, then they're more aware of some things.
Typing skills, I think, I've read a lot about it. In 3rd grade, I think, is where they're supposed to start. But I think I read an article where it says if you don't have the skills by the time you're in 5th grade, you'll never have the skills. Because by the time they're their age now, they're on a computer when they're 4 or younger sometimes.
Yes.
And they're learning how to do it wrong. Mm-hmm. So we've got to get them to learn how to turn it around and do it right.
And nowadays, you need typing skills. Used to, back when I was younger, you didn't think about typing skills that much. But
now, because you were only on an official typewriter.
That's right. So
if you were actually doing something that like a document.
Yes.
But now everything is done on the keyboard.
Yes.
The internet search, the typing forms up. Everything. We used to handwrite a lot of forms. Now
Absolutely.
It's all typed.
So many jobs now are based on computers.
Every job.
Yes.
I challenge my children to give me a job, and they're like a garbage a garbage man. And I'm like, but wait, if you accidentally run into a car or hit a dog or a cat, you got to write a report.
Right.
You got to type a report about doing that, right?
That's right.
I mean, sad as that is, but that still requires typing.
Sure it does.
So it does. All right. So let's talk about it. You're coming up with a spelling bee, second semester, but it's only for what grade? Fourth?
Our fourth grade has a spelling bee, and then we take the winner of all the fourth grade, and then that fourth grader will get to represent our school in the county spelling bee, in which it's also Scottsboro City also competes in it as well.
With it together?
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot of kids.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. And then whoever wins the county spelling bee gets to go on to the state spelling bee.
I know they just like the countywide is fourth grade, third and fourth grade, or just
no, it
fourth
goes
grade?
through eighth grade.
So do they just compete with their own self, or when they get to the county, is it
when they
all grades
they
combined?
compete with everybody
so
that's
a fourth
there.
grader could be ultimately competing with an eighth grader.
Yes. And
have you had any middle schooler or elementary school kids, the younger ones?
actually,
beat
we
over?
did. A couple of years ago, we had a fourth grader that won the county spelling bee and got to go on to the state. And I have to brag a little bit. It was my daughter.
Ah.
So, but yeah,
That's cool.
it was a neat opportunity. You know.
How'd she do in state?
She was real nervous,
Yeah,
and
I'm sure.
so it was a new experience for her. So
Yeah, she's fourth grade.
fourth
I
grade,
mean, that's
competing
young.
against other people that were in eighth grade. So
That is
we were
young.
proud of her.
Yeah,
we were proud
you
of her.
should be. The whole school should be proud of her.
Absolutely.
That was good. Okay, and you got a science fair coming up
Yes.
in January, February.
Yes. Each grade level takes a certain theme in science, and they focus on making posters according to that theme. For example, kindergarten focuses on the seasons of the year.
Okay.
First grade on dental. Second grade on the life cycle of plants. Third grade on weather, and fourth grade on electricity. And so then we have people from the community to come in and judge the posters. They're hanging up in the hallways and everything, and so
That's cool.
they get to judge them. And so then we have a science fair one night in toward the end of January,
And the parents can come and
the parents
look.
get to come, and
That's cool.
students that were
So none of
that
it's
were winners.
physical science. It's just all on a poster
It
board.
is. It's all on a poster board. But yeah, then we give out awards at the science fair.
That's
So
pretty cool.
kids enjoy it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's things like that make the kids really interested in learning about that particular subject.
Yes.
I think so. All right, and we're gonna one last thing, and then we're gonna be done. But you guys have it's the PTO's Fall Festival coming up. We talked about it at the beginning.
Yes.
It's November 13th.
Yes.
It's around 5:30. You said.
Yes.
Okay, and so you're gonna buy tickets at the door.
Yes.
Okay, but so what are some things that are going on there?
We'll have some different games. We'll have I think one of them is going to be cornhole, where that they can
I
play
can't
for
do
that.
that. Are you good at that?
Not
Yeah,
really.
I'm not either.
I enjoy playing, but or trying, but
Yeah, I can't throw for the life of me.
and then of course we'll have some other games for some of the smaller kids. You
So
know, and
one of the
course
other
there'll be
teachers
prizes at each game.
The cakewalk, man. That's like
Yes.
such an infamous thing for
That's a big
everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's cakewalk. You get to take that yummy cake or dessert home.
Absolutely.
So, and you guys she said you're going to have hot dogs with chili, some other food, and do
Yes.
those all cost tickets too?
I think it's going to be cash.
Just cash?
Yes. I
Okay,
think
and
they'll-
just so everybody knows, 100% of this is going toward to help the school.
Yes.
Okay, do you know where it's actually going to?
Well, last year, PTO, the money that they raised, painted our walls inside the building.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
especially the entranceway, where you first come in at our school, and
Okay.
it's real nice, real nice.
Oh, good.
So,
Do you know where it's
people
going
people
this
can
year?
see. Not for sure yet.
Okay.
But like I said, that was a huge improvement for our school, was to have that painted
That
there.
painted?
It looks real nice as soon as you first come in.
That's good.
And let me mention something about our buddy bags.
Okay.
this is where some of our needy students are helped with food
Right.
every other weekend.
They take a backpack full of
Yes,
food home.
they take a backpack full of food home that's non-perishable items. Takes about $10 to fill the bag, and we have a lot of community involvement with that. People making donations, Lions Club, Masonic lodges, and different businesses.
Right, they're making
that,
money donations.
that make money donations,
Okay.
and then there's a lady in the community that goes and buys the food.
Well, that's very good. So anybody out there who wants to help with that, call the school money donations. It's a tax write-off for businesses.
Sure.
So, and it just helps those kids who may not otherwise always eat over the weekend sometimes,
Right.
unfortunately. So it's a really big deal. Well, we thank you for coming on today.
Well, thanks for having me.
We appreciate you coming, and we will see you next week on This Week in Jackson County Schools.